court sitting in an old rocking chair. The sun is hot in the Texas sky.
Oh, Willie. Smooth voice for an old man, I tell you.
I
actually saw a really good Willie Nelson joke, but something not appropriate for air last night. I think I was watching Leno at like 3 in the morning, couldn't sleep, had a toothache, just something you got to deal with these days. We're going to play the video because we are live right now at prisonplanet.tv, so you're going to make your own choice. This time it's not just Jason Burmis commentating on it. Now you can watch along if you're a prisonplanet.tv member, and you decide, like I said, they falsely tried to arrest this guy, and they should have been pulling over an ambulance in the first place. And this is the guy that was trying to quell the situation. And finally he lost it when they said, no, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're coming with me. You're under arrest. So he's not supposed to throw the cop off when he grabs his arm. That guy didn't initiate the contact. The contact was initiated by the officer that said, you're under arrest. Now, if he had really done something and he was, quote unquote, under arrest, he would end up going to jail. And even if he didn't, because, you know, jackboot cops. Luckily, cooler heads did prevail after they started choking the gentleman, who was a true Hulk. Now, we're going to go there in just a moment, but I want to thank another one of our great sponsors. Again, without the sponsors, folks, we're just not possible, and that's why it's important for you to go to HomeGain.com, HomeGain.com, G-A-I-N. You want to go to HomeGain.com for all of your housing needs, everything real estate over at HomeGain. You can go over there and you can type in your address, get a free estimate on what your property is actually worth. They also have a cool little thing called Street View. It's kind of like the Google view, where you can check out the entire house in kind of a 3D perspective. It's neat. HomeGain.com, G-A-I-N. All right, we've got Alex Jones on the line. Alex, do you want to play this clip for PrisonPlanet.tv members? We just went live, and we did just have a caller say, no, the police were in the right. The guy started the physical contact when, in fact, you know, this guy was the guy who was telling the son to, you know, maybe cool out and not cell phone. And he's like, look, I'm just trying to get evidence for you guys. And he said, okay. He was inside with the woman. Then they come around and they say, you're under arrest. You're under arrest. Then they grab the guy. The guy pushes them away. And it was only through this physical altercation that he wasn't taken to jail. Alex?
Well, you know, this is the problem with our society, is that, and the same thing happened in Hitler's Germany, the same thing happened in the Soviet Union, the people make excuses for it. So before I recap the story and give you new developments, I want to just go back here and explain something. Having cameras in public school bathrooms and in the classrooms isn't freedom. Having the police with paramilitary units in black uniforms and ski masks isn't freedom. Having warrantless wiretapping against the American people, which they lied about and now admit that they do and do against everybody, isn't freedom. Having children raped and tortured in front of their parents, which is declassified Army's own documents. We've been reporting it for 4 years. It's now mainstream news, confirming what we said 4 years ago, raping children. The Army's own report admits this, and I get threatening emails going, you're a jihadist-loving Al-Qaeda lover. Well, if Al-Qaeda was raping children and wasn't CIA, I'd actually want to find them. You know, the point is that this sick mental attitude of, we're going to go ahead and rape children in front of their parents because this is how we beat Al-Qaeda, even if you believe Al-Qaeda exists outside of MI6, Mossad, and CIA, is the height of evil. I mean, they've already been totally compromised psychologically, and they've committed to the fact that this is okay. When the police shot that young man who was in handcuffs in the back a few months ago on the subway train platform in the Bay Area of California outside Oakland, people defended it and said, the witnesses are lying. He hit the police and attacked them. And then it turned out the witnesses weren't lying. The police had taken all their camera phones, had claimed that the cameras weren't working there, that the government ran on the platform. But thank God a train had been driving by and had someone in it with a camera phone who videotaped the whole thing start to finish. He was in handcuffs, submitting. It's the whole video. They grab him up, start shaking him, slam him down on the ground. He's totally submitting to them. But see, that's the next level of this religion. Then he's shot in the back, and then beat up. And so when that came out, people still defended the police, just like they defended Adolf Hitler. And so, again, ladies and gentlemen, it has become a religion to worship government, worship the military, and worship police. And anytime that happens, what we now witness unfolds. But for those that don't know, as if you think it could be any worse, that this ambulance is carrying a sick woman. Her son is following in his car. He sees a state trooper in the state of Oklahoma pull the ambulance over. He gets out. He's at a distance videotaping the gods, who are videotaping us constantly, with his First Amendment. They run over, and the EMTs start saying, we're an ambulance, we're just driving. And they don't, see, the cops didn't like being questioned. You don't question God. You don't as a reasonable human being.
We're going to get him back, and while we're waiting for him to get back, we're going to play the clip right now for PrisonPlanet.tv viewers. Check it out, start to finish. Here we go. You got it, Jaron? Hit the clip.
This is me. This highway patrolman pulling my mom's ambulance over because he's mad we didn't pull over, and he's trying to arrest the police, the EMT, from taking my mother to the hospital. This is me. This highway patrolman pulling my mom's ambulance over because he's mad we didn't pull over, and he's trying to arrest the police, the EMT, from taking my mother to the hospital. Let's get this all on camera right now. Let me get the car number here.
And for people watching, swinging around to get the license plate number of the original officer of the highway patrol that did pull them over.
Tag number.
And right now, the patrolman is over there talking to the driver, and we're about to get a shot of that.
Don't y'all get involved, okay?
All right, so now this is the guy saying not to get involved. This is the guy that gets attacked by the police officers, saying not to get involved.
I've been going hot over here to help the county out. You understand?
Yes, I do. Can you follow us to the graveyard, sir?
Then right there, you can see the unhappy driver kind of cowing down to the police officer. He just wants to get on the road.
I'm getting in, Mom. Yeah. Do what your mama says.
Now here it looks like they think they're going to be on their way, but this is where the outrageousness happens.
You are under arrest. You get in there. Charge for assault and travel now. Which is a state law. Hey, Mama. Hey, man.
Now the husband jumps into the ambulance as the altercation goes on.
Calm down. It ain't him. It's people right here. This was trying to be all right.
Now listen to me. I just told you you're under arrest. You get the patient to the hospital.
I'm just in here. That's my wife, man. Come on. Talk to me. That's him at the hospital, man.
And there it goes. See, all right, let's pull the clip. See, if he didn't stand up for himself, again, you're under arrest. You're under arrest. He grabs his arm to put him under arrest. He's the guy that said, cool out, don't do anything. Let this thing pass. And they're getting in his face and they choke him out. So he doesn't stand up to his masters and he goes to jail. This is insane. Do we have Alex back yet? Or did he drop off completely? Oh, the entire phone system died? So wait, I don't have any callers either? Do I have callers, John? Okay, the entire phone system died. Geez, GCN. What happened? Maybe we're getting a little attacked. We do have some decent numbers right now. It's a pretty tough situation when you have this kind of mentality. And, you know, that brings me to this article right here. Talk about just insulting people of any sort.